see. All right, I don't care. That's fine. YouTube. What up? What? Jeez. Wow, that was fast too. 31 seconds. There's not a big catcher. That's funny. Okay, sorry. All right, where are we at? Here, let's get this in here. I'm fine. I was busy. All right, you'll win next time. I know it. Let me pin this up here. Oops, pin. Wow, she's giving congratulations. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Very, very, very mature of you, Cat. You were surprised too. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Shocking. Where are we at? That's up. That's up. This is gotta go. Oh yeah, forgot to do my freaking wackadoo here to let's see if this works. Okay, found it. Shrink that. Oops. Okay, bam. Top chat, all chat. I can be nice. I promise. All chat, live chat. Okay. Kick, YouTube, Discord. All right. There we go. That works. All right. Okay. All right. So we got to see if this works. All right. So let's go get a coffee while we do this. I got my coffee brewing. So let me make my phone work here. What's up, Buckeye? I'm building a game. Oh, my thing went off. I'm building a game. We're gonna work on that a little bit today. And open topic, but whatever happens, and we'll figure it out. Oh, geez. Photo. Bam. Start. Okay. Boom. Sources and settings. La la. La la la. La la la. La la la. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, let's go get a coffee. The audio is gonna be weird for a second. Whoa, hold on, I gotta do this too. Bing. Split screen. YouTube. That can shrink down some. Me. Post playlists. Home. Shocker. Post playlists. Home. Like button. Thank you for hitting the like button. Oops. I'm building a game, just kind of lazy. What kind of game? So it's called. It's going to be like a platformer slash. It's going to be 2D. It's going to be top down, so like kind of like a Zelda type looking type game. But it's just going to be a demo to start with. The point of the game is you crash land on a planet, an asteroid, something. You crash land on something in space, and your ship's destroyed, but the shield generator and the radio still works. The radio beacon that lets the recovery ship know where to go, right? So, but you've got to constantly find crystals on this planet to keep it going. You need to, so it's timer based. You've got to keep the shields up long enough that the aliens that attack, they're going to be space crabs, space hermit crabs, and they're all going to be going in from the outside and coming in towards your ship. If you have to keep the shields up, then they just blow up when they hit the shields, and you got to go out and mine the crystals. And these crabs are attracted to noise and vibration, so there a whole bunch of them are heading towards your ship, and they'll destroy your ship. So that you then, if your radio gets destroyed, the ship gets destroyed, the generator that's keeping the radio and the shields up, then you can't get rescued, right? So the game over. And then as you go out and mine crystals, that vibration will make one start to attack you too. So you have to mine crystals, bring them back to the ship to keep the shields powered up, and go out and mine crystals, and then that's how the game is going to start. Like that's where we're gonna end, and then we're gonna see what to change to make it an interesting play. And then I want to go into, instead of it being top down, I want so you can go into caverns, and then there'll be side scroller, and then you have to like jump, lump through, attack, yada yada yada, and we'll make that interesting too. And then that will let you pop out to other sides of the planet. So if you mine all the crystals close to your ship, and if you get too far away from your ship to mine crystals, and the shields go down before you get back, then any of the space crabs that attack your ship will have damaged and possibly destroyed your ship. So the way to get around the planet easier it will be to go through caves that pop you out the other side. So kind of like the warps in Super Mario Brothers. I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it's a pretty good idea. Oh, what am I missing here? I missed everything. How do I even do that? Not gonna lie. What, make games? You use you program it, you code it. I'm gonna use an engine. There are free game engines you can also build from the ground up, which is much harder. Yeah. I'm using Godot game engine. Do I think robots will take over the jobs? Some not as kick ass. Listen, here's the big problem with AI. If we had unlimited money, and if these companies had unlimited money to hit the like button, then yes, they could do it. But the problem is right now AI is running on their investment money. Their multi-billion-dollar data centers and the power to run them. It costs almost $80,000 a year to run the data center, to just run one bot that could replace like a secretary, right? So if the secretary was making less than 80,000, and listen, that's just the power. Plus the AI company's got to make a profit. So it's going to be more than that. So it's right now, it's not worth it yet. Just because you can go to Chat GPT and say, hey, why do my farts smell funny or whatever, doesn't mean that actually replacing a person. And you got to train the AI to replace the person. So you're going to ask the person you're going to replace, hey, we're going to replace you with AI. Would you mind training the AI to replace you so you won't have a job? Yeah, so that's going to be really tough stuff to do. So the problem is still the expense. Poor Martha, Social Security checks. Oh, another crazy guy online. Crazy guy's the best, bro. Yeah, right. Hey, he's got give Crowfish some grace. He's new. He probably just thinks this is a normal stream. It's all right. He'll learn something, or he'll leave. But yeah, so don't worry about all the jobs. Definitely still a lot of STEM stuff will be replaced. The research stuff, because nobody does their own research anyway. So, all right. I don't get it. What's the problem? AI can't replace humans. It's only AI can't replace humans. It's only a matter of time. It does. Right. I mean, whatever. Right. So what are you gonna do? You got to be able to win in any situation. So how are you setting yourself up to win in that situation? Right. What are the jobs that AI can't take? And remember, AI, it's very expensive. AI's got like $1 trillion in that industry right now that they're spending on power and research and development. Once that money's spent, they got to charge AI users that money, right? So it's when the bill comes due, we're going to see how expensive AI really is, right? AI can't take my stripper job. Gary, having no propane. My propane. Yeah, learn how to capitalize in any situation. Doesn't matter if it's a Democrat running or a Republican running the United States. It shouldn't matter to people. You should be able to capitalize in any situation. Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. It'll do better and for free too. I agree. And yeah. Right. Soon enough, they'll have digital wackadoo strippers. What if aliens take over the world and aliens and robots have war and aliens really live on the planet before dinosaurs? We don't know. Also, Rick, so be careful. Richard, also be careful. Add an AI remix. It's automatically turned on in every video. You have to turn it off manually. What about in Soviet Russia? The Gulag. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let us see. There we go. There we go. Bam. That's good. Only if you're a West. About the history of USSR proves how incompetent the Russians are. Right. My neighbors were Russian. He had $500,000 in rubles in a trash bag that was worth about $20 because the ruble crashed when the Soviet Union crashed. No, I don't use tap water now. What up, Lamb? Burger King plain guy? I don't know. Hit the like button. No, I don't use tap water. I filter the hell out of my water. And I dug my own well also. No. I rinsed this with tap water. I rinsed my stir with tap water, but no, I've got a Berkey, and I got a storage for my Berkey, and I have a row pot also. But yeah, no, I don't play around. I don't play around with that freaking wackadoo. All right, Josiah. That's good coffee. That's good coffee. All right, now I got to clean up my mess. Yeah, I only use tap water to clean stuff because of all the chlorine in it. Absolutely. That stuff's freaking wackadoodle. Wackadoodle. Katra is my favorite person also. How tight are his pants? What's he talking about? No, I'm not Jewish. I am sure about that in my research and would love to explain, but YouTube hides comments with sensitive words. Yep, showing up does. Ain't worth arguing about. Hit the like button. We got 6 likes. Let's see if we can get to 10. We got 12 people in here. You feel loved? Papa Robert. Why do I look like that then? I don't know what you mean. Black Label Kane. Why do you look stupid? Yeah. Jeez, please. He's gorgeous because I take my B12. Oh. Okay. Bam. What up, Alex? Okay, there we go. Let's close that down. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Cool. Black Label Kane. Cool. No, I'm not Jewish. Black Label Kane. Not good. Good. You mean he looks Jewish? Yeah, I just broke my nose a lot. About 12 times skateboarding. What up, Katra? What up, Cheryl? What up, Buckeye? Lamb birthday extravaganza on Friday. $5 says you'll be celebrating every day till then. Doesn't every Jew Black Label? But doesn't everybody get stoked when they get a good deal? And I'm not even Jewish. Well, I spent a lot of time skateboarding, and I was pretty good too. After I smashed my face a bunch of times. We had a lot of we did vert, half pipe, launch ramp. I skated a lot. Me and my brother both. We had I want to see if it still exists. Lansdowne Bowl in Maryland. Lansdowne Bowl Skate Park. Hey, it's still there. 1970s era. Yeah, 60-year-old park. Yeah, that was it. This is where we used to skate. This is where we used to skate. Well, we had a bunch of. It's got a pool, an actual pool part. It's got a snake run. It's got stairs, railings. Yeah, boy. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is what it looks like right here. Big old half pipe, slalom. Yeah, boy, that was the good old days. What percentage? Buckeye, what are you even doing, dude? What are you trying to get into this kind of argument on a freaking YouTube channel? No, it'll block most of the stuff you always say and say. Memories. Yeah, I don't remember that snake head. That must be new. But we definitely had the humps. Where's the Baltimore? They must have added a bunch to this since I've been gone. He was trying to say the USSR wasn't ran by Russians, it was ran by the Jews. That doesn't mean Russians controlled it. That was not the same as being a secular state. All right, let's see if we can find any Lansdowne skate videos. Progression skateboarding. Let's go.
Bert Jones sold.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? TJ here, and today we're doing a skate park tour of the Lansdowne Skate Park in Baltimore, Maryland, also known as the Sandy Hills Skate Park. So this is the second.
Yeah, all the Bones Brigade, Tony Hawk, Pal Peralta, Tony Alva, a lot. I mean, this is back in like the late 80s. Late 80s, early 90s, the Bones Brigade used to come to Herondale Mall. There was a place called Seidel's Jean Scene, and they were the skate park in Glen Burnie, in that area, just 15 minutes south of Baltimore. So they would shut off a big area, and they came like twice a year. They used to get me, the launch ramps that I had in front of my house were built by the Bones Brigade. They couldn't travel with them, so they would, when they showed up the day before they did their demos, they would have the ramps built, and they had to put holes in them and throw them away because of insurance issues. So I was like, don't put holes in it, we'll take them right now. And so every time they came, we got their ramps, and we would just swap out our ramps because they would always bring like a different ramp. It was great stuff. Yeah, skate park. Yeah, it was great. No, they gave them to us. So we talked to them. Like me and my brother talked to them, and they were like, "We got to destroy them." We were like, "What are you going to do with these?" We said, "We got to destroy them." Every place they went when they went on tour, they had to. They didn't travel with them, so they would buy the plywood. They had these templates that they laid over the plywood to cut the sides and the two pieces of 1/4 inch to bend for the transitions. And then they had to put holes in them. They showed me a bunch of photos and stuff of like the big holes, and they have to destroy them. So they couldn't leave them out by the dumpster, and they couldn't be skate worthy when they left. So I was like, we'll take them, and then we put them in the back. And every time we got their ramps. So every time they did a skate performance, yeah, and then they would just put big. This was before cell phone freaking cameras and stuff like that. I wish it, but it was great. It was great.
Oldest skate park in the world. You can see here this little plaque. shows us that it was built in 1962. So let's get a cool tour of this park. So up here you can see we've got some DIY ramps,
Yeah.
a wooden roller, wooden quarter pipe, and some launch ramps. Come back over onto this side. We've got a little wooden quarter pipe.
They've got so this is the one I grew up in, and then there's the one that's local to me now. I skated it probably 15 years ago. The first year or two I was down here. I'm 49 now, so it was in my mid 30s.
DIY.
I'll show you that real quick too. The Peachtree City Skate Park. Yeah, this is the one that's here. This is the one that's up the street from my house. It's a all paved in also, and they got here's the half pipes and the quarter pipes, and they have vert and no vert for the half pipes, half pipe and the quarter pipe. But yeah. Let's go back to the tour.
A small quarter pipe with metal coping, a round rail pretty tall. Then we're gonna actually take our first line down the snake run here. You can see there
That's the
are
snake run that takes
various
you into the bowl.
curbs, various little metal rail coping sections,
Yeah, to do grinds.
small little
on
bank
50/50s.
to ledge on the left side here.
It's great that they used to build these things for
See, I'm just cruising through the
back in
center,
the 60s. I mean,
But if you're
the
gonna
Peachtree City one
skate
was
this,
built in
you
the
definitely want to
2000s.
carve side to side along the walls. Over here, you've got a
it was a burger- I
huge
saw a
concrete
burger kicking down the
berm
door to
that
his own
leads you
house. Must have been
down
working
where
in
there
a
are
room
two
that
different
day.
paths you can take. We're going to take the left one here first.
Yeah, this brings back
This leads you
memories,
to the
man.
end of the bowl.
Into the bowl. Nice.
Then we'll come up here, take a look at
pool.
where it leads if you were to take the other pathway. So you got the other snake
And the
run
humps.
right here,
Man.
which leads you into a different bowl section
humps.
with
Boy,
a
yeah,
bank to
man.
ledge. You see some Twinkies, pump bumps.
Man. Good old
Bank to
days.
curbs,
Jeez, bringing
big
back
flat
memories.
bottom. Here's another Twinkie, someone painted as a crab, very Baltimore, Maryland. And you come up here, and this is actually all paved. This is all concrete, this
Yeah.
huge bank leading from the top of the snake runs to that bottom bowl section.
Where's the pool?
So here's actually another snake run path that you could take from the top,
Okay.
which has a berm, but it does connect into the other snake runs. So
What?
it is
Is it
possible to
gone?
make a bunch of different lines out of this park. It's a bit hard to tell, but the snake run does give you a lot of speed.
Yeah. Yes.
So this
Yeah, you
skate
can
park
definitely
actually
launch
has
it.
a prefabricated section as well. The ground here is really rough, and the ramps are pretty old now.
These
we
were
have
metal
a-
ramps, and they
a
got
box here with
so
metal
freaking
coping,
hot in the summer.
A mini ramp.
Yeah, no vert mini ramp. Yeah, that was for the kiddies. And padding
See, the
all
rail
around
sticks
the
out
top.
pretty high. I actually have a skate park near me in New Jersey that has the same exact style ramps. It's probably the same company
Yeah.
build.
Look at that.
Here's
It's
a
a big
box
old
missing
hunk of freaking
the
iron.
angle iron on
Yeah,
one
man.
side.
No, I can't.
We have a double
360.
stacked
No.
Ledge here.
No. Like 180 varials was about all I could do.
Right next to that, we have another
I
ledge.
can't. Yeah, I can't even really kick flip.
Then over
Dude,
here, we
I'm
got
6'4".
a Jersey barrier.
I'm 6'4". So when you're standing on a skateboard, I'm over 6'6" tall. That's a lot of height. Like I was way better at ramp and stuff like that. Street stuff with my height. Like if you move just a little bit, poosh, my legs kick out really hard from under me. Yeah, I couldn't. You got a video? Is it, was it labeled that? The front side 360? Which one you label it 720? 360, 360, 360, 180, 180, 360, 360, 360, 720. Hold on. All right, hold on. Bullshit. That's freaking AI. I don't want to freaking. That's bullshit. That's freaking AI. Damn, dude. Yeah, no, never. Maybe like once in my life I landed a 360. Maybe accidentally. And I have no video evidence of it. Yeah. That's freaking nice, dude. That's nice. Turn the comments off. You don't want the hate. Bam. That's nice. 19 years ago. Wearing a Misfit shirt. I had the same one. Can't even do it in video games. Oh, I thought it was a Misfit shirt. No, it's not. Oh, you got an indoor skate park? If you try to eat, if I try to stand on it, if we were before, yeah, still talking about that stuff. The same one? Yeah, you just got the freaking Salvation Army. Nice. Yeah. So you see that coping up there? That coping right there? Yeah, that's where I broke my nose about 4 times. Trying to do freaking ollie 50-50. Yep, definitely. Hippie. Dirty, is that Dirty Trey? Nice. Yeah. Ate it at the bottom. Yeah, good old days, man. The good old days. That's not me. No, that's not me. That's not me, doctor. That's Black Cocaine. Freaking jerk. Now you're just showing off. We were drinking Jameson. Oh, man. Jameson, dude. Never a fan of Jameson. Never a fan of Jameson. I don't know if I'm getting copyrighted. Nice. I was about to say you better hit the rail on the end. Ah, that's freaking some bullshit. What state? What state? What state were you in? Colorado. Yeah, I can imagine you guys had much more skate parks, much more opportunities, especially when there's no snow and you got all the snowboarders and whatnot local. This is after. This is back when skateboards didn't know which way was the front. Yeah, see these walls right here. Broke my nose on that once too. Freaking arms slid out. Freaking ate it. Nose, blood on the wall. I mean, obviously not that, but same settings. Yeah, so we didn't even really have video cameras. Back when we were skating, they had like the full-size VHS cameras where you had to mount the VCR on a belt on your hip, and then on the other hip you had the battery pack, and then you had the shoulder mounted full, like there it was just getting to the palm sized, or like larger than palm sized, like when I was getting old. Sonu, have you looked into the latest research in the past year? Have you looked into it? The new research that's been put out, not what everybody is learning in school, not research from like the early 2000s, but research from the 2020s. Like even now, Bill Gates is saying, "Oh no, new research says it's no longer a threat to humanity. Now we need to start giving money to poverty." Bill Gates' change on climate change. He's shifting his strategy from a focus on emissions reduction and prioritizing human welfare, arguing that climate change is not an existential threat to survival. So the math was wrong. The actions of carbon dioxide was wrong to the extent that they were saying it was. So that's all now been taken off the political the important the political top 10 list. Yeah, we can do a live together. I mean, yeah, join the Discord. I think the link's in there. We can set something up. That's me. Second oldest skate park in the U.S.
Flipped on its side, and a level round rail.
And talk about the memories.
Then over here we've got a quarter pipe, probably about 4 feet tall, next to a bank, maybe about 4.5 feet, up to 5 feet. Then we got the fun box section here.
Fun box.
We've got an A ramp, bank flat to bank, with a hip to another bank. Then on the back side, we've got a launch ramp. You can see the quarter pipe side actually has metal rail coping, which is really cool. Would give you a nice bonk to air over that.
Nice bonk.
Then over here, we've got another box, but it's flipped on its side and it's missing one of the metal copings.
And metal boxes, yeah. And listen. You wanted to make sure you were wearing a shirt, because when you wiped out, if your skin touched that, you were freaking getting lit up.
And then you can see here there's another bank that is hipped on the launch ramp.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. These are metal,
and then
right?
over here
those are metal
we've got
with metal
another
coping.
bank with a really
I mean, most
big
metal,
deck.
if it's not cheap PVC,
And this is the
coping
Lansdowne
metal,
Skate Park.
at
If you
least
guys
back
like this
then.
video,
This is
if
all
you did, please
welded
give it a
on
thumbs
too.
up.
Like
Make sure you
they
subscribe to see
welded
more
and
skate park
riveted
tours
everything.
from all over the world.
But,
And don't forget to hit the
that
bell
stuff
so you're
didn't
notified on the next
show
video.
up until the
And I will
90s.
catch you guys
This
on the next
was
one.
this
Later.
was built in the 60s.
Bert Jones.
40th anniversary. Wow, 2018.
Amazon offers hourly employees health care for $5 a week with $5
Why
copays.
not pay the $5? Yeah, so this was a cool thing about Lansdowne. This is a cool thing about, black powder coat, right. It's just freaking, it's a solar oven. So cool thing about Lansdowne is they had an area where you could pull a tractor trailer in, and then the side of the tractor trailer would open up as a stage. And so they would usually have some like decent punk rock band, and then they would allow like 4 local bands play. And me and my brother were both in bands, local bands. So that's just a trailer. But they would bring in like, man, look how many people are around, dude. Like it was always dozens of people. Damn it. I gotta stop the freaking music. Yeah, you got freaking roller skaters, inliners, BMXers. Ride free. And those boxes stack. You could grab a couple of friends and you could put them, as you can see, you could stack them. So as you got better and better, you could ollie higher and higher and higher, or come off of a launch, you could set it up to like 8 inches and then add a 16 to it and go up to 24 inches, 2 feet. Yeah, boy.
We're just talking about the history of Lansdowne. Bobby's from this neighborhood. How are you? Bobby, pleasure to meet you.
It was just woods here. Just woods. When I believe it was Henry Knott built this development, this was a staging area. They just left. It was just, that's how it got the name Sandy Hill. It was a pit.
We don't know when it was finished because there's no documented history of it opening because it never opened. We know that at this time in 1978, that a majority of the concrete construction was done. From what I understand, I mean, it's not like it's kind of word of mouth, not documented, but it was
right.
This was built by not a skate park construction.
You only knew this place existed. People steal shit. Yeah, so you only knew this place existed if other people told you about it. So the story has it that the area, the houses and the buildings that were built in the area, the staging area, what he just mentioned, was here, and they left a bunch of stuff behind. So a bunch of skaters showed up and carved everything out. Who paid for the concrete? No one knows. Who paid for the construction? Nobody knows. But somebody did, and there's no documentation of it. It's just all of a sudden people are like, hey, there's a skate park here. What up, Tiny Lime?
Company. This was built by a concrete construction company.
There was a building right here, about where the bathrooms are, and some idiot in the neighborhood decided to blow up. After they blew the building up, county just wiped their hands on it.
So it just kind of lay dormant for a while until people found it.
Let me tell you, for years after the county abandoned it, and the county did abandon it.
Right.
The only people that took care of this place were the skaters.
That's right.
They knew when you come into Lansdowne, you bring a broom and a shovel.
Right.
The thing about Lansdowne is it's been the history word of mouth.
You couldn't actually come in up the road. That was the main way in.
Right.
But if you came down from the shopping center along that footpath, those guys would get down here and put their cars side by side, leave the headlights on, and skate for hours.
Wow.
Yeah, all night long.
It's oral history, exactly. Which I mean, we did some research on it. Some people decide to go through different like newspaper documents.
So but who put the ramps in and the humps and the pool and all that? Like that was you're drinking kombucha, good brother. So it was a drainage ditch, but the coping and all the other stuff that went in, like, and it was a drain, like, where did the drains connect to and all that, like that, we got no idea. There's no schematics, there's no nothing to say where it ties into the underground drains, and nothing, and who concreted it, and I mean unless they're gonna say something about here, I don't know, but who added it, who added all this stuff to it back in the 60s. It's all lore.
And even the newspaper documents had like contradicting information.
This place was active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And all kind of nonsense. A lot of beer drank down here. A lot of beer drank. But we knew where they were. They weren't out on the streets, right? Doing their thing.
The official opening, I guess, if you're going to break it down, was 2001 when they had a grand reopening. When they brought the modular course in. The fence came up in 2000, and it's been monitored by the county ever since. County Rec Parks.
I worked here from
tennis court.
01 to 06. Got to know a lot of old school skaters.
Second oldest skate park in the country right now.
When I worked here, I met people from Australia. I met people from France, Canada. So I was a world traveler and didn't have to leave.
This is a 70s style park, so it's nice and fast.
I believe it's the oldest concrete bowl on the East Coast. Okay. Or at least one of the first ones.
We decided to have the birthday party for it this time of year, as opposed to the spring, because we didn't know how much concrete construction had been done in the spring. That's why we chose this date, fall as opposed to spring.
This is the garden hose nozzle my team spent 3 years building, because every
You
pressure
spent
washer
3
on the
years
market
building
kept
it my
letting
ass.
people down.
It's freaking wackadoo. My cat's laying on me. My cat's sleeping on the couch. Now this says it was built in 1977, so there's all this wackadoo info. There's all this bullshit. This says it was built in 77, and it's wrong. Snake Bowl.
Today we're skating Lansdowne Skate Park.
Yeah, at least right there, yeah. So this is the skate park I grew up with. This was the one in Maryland. You love Kona coffee? There you go. Hit the like button. Yeah, those are all the concrete, what was there originally, at least until the grand reopening, and that's when they added
What happened there?
The metal ramps.
No scene.
And then people always brought wood ramps and stuff like that.
Fuck those things.
And then, which was really cool about it, guess what? So what was really cool about it was that you had like smaller things for less competent skaters, and then you could always go to a little bit larger ramp, a little bit larger bowl, a little bit larger everything. Because you chatted, so you get one screen.
Okay.
That was the graveyard of broken boards. Look at this. That's so awesome. Look. Where's that? There. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I love it too. Yeah, boy. Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right, where are we at here? Let's see. Okay, so Kona. All right, let's take a look. Hold on, let's see. There we go. All right, let's see.
Yo, morning guys, hope everyone's feeling good today. Just pulled up to the legendary Kona Skate Park. For anyone that doesn't know, Kona.
How do I feel about graffiti?
Skate park
I mean, I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. My father and my sister are graffiti documentarians. My sister still goes around every place she visits in the world. She documents their graffiti. We used to go on graffiti safaris. I am a gentleman.
And I've been hearing.
I mean, you talking about on a skate park? I mean, as long as it's dry before I skate on it.
For many years, so it's cool to finally.
Man, this guy records audio like freaking lamb.
We'll be doing a book signing and documentary premiere here on January 24th.
Jeez.
That's not this Friday, next Friday. And I'm pumped. I mean, what better place?
I can't understand what this guy's saying.
than
He's only recorded on one channel, it looks like.
I'm stoked, but yeah, just got here, so let's check this place out.
All right, let's see. Can I mono this?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Chad, I'm Martin.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I can't. I got to crank up 400%.
So are you the owner? I'm sorry about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I run the park. I took it over. I'm second generation. I've been here since I was like 8 years old.
Really?
And then, yeah. And so then I took it over in '95 when my dad passed, and just kind of wasn't like any grand plan or anything. It just was kind of good timing. I just gotten out of college.
All right, I got to find it better freaking. I got to find it better.
I thought it was all over.
Even cooler if someone skates through it.
Yeah, my name is Martin Ramos. I'm the owner out here at Kona Skate Park. I've been running things as a second generation owner since 1996. And my parents took the park over and reopened the park out of bankruptcy in 1979. And the park was originally built in 1977. So it closed for about a year, and then we reopened it in 1979. You know, the reason Kona opened isn't totally clear because it wasn't my family that originally built and decided to open the park. But at the time, you know, skateboarding was getting pretty popular. It was the late 70s. And I can imagine that we're looking at other areas in the country. There were skate parks available that had been built. You know, they looked at Jacksonville and figured, hey, you know, this is an opportunity to satisfy a lot of the surfer skaters here in this community. And thus Kona was constructed. Well, the process of starting the park, you know, would have been with the original, you know, owners, you know, that designed it and built it. But as far as reopening it goes, you know, there are a few challenges kind of connecting the original areas of the park, which were the Freestyle, the Bowl, and the J and the Snake, you know, putting concrete in between those and then adding some newer areas to the park to keep it fun and interesting. All those were challenges at the beginning and just kind of figuring out how to make things work in the skate park. Well, as far as famous people and famous skateboarders coming to Kona, I think that's one of the things that's kept it around as long as it has, because it was one of the first destinations in the late 70s and early 80s for all of the California pros to travel to the East Coast and compete and come to activities. And so pretty much every famous skater that there was through the 70s and 80s kind of grew up coming out here for events, you know, especially like the most famous Tony Hawk. You know, this was the very first place he ever traveled to compete. And so there's like a who's who of famous skateboarders that have come through. And from the old days, you know, guys like Steve Caballero and Mike McGill and the Bones Brigade and things of that nature. So just throughout the decades, it's been kind of like a bucket list item for every pro skater out there. It's been kind of neat over the years when you look back to see some historical landmarks in skateboarding that happened right out here. You know, the very first, you know, vertical drop, you know, the dropping in, like what everyone talks about today. You know, the very first time anyone ever did that, you know, put the tail of their board on the edge and drop straight in, happened right out here. and the bowl on our Kona tombstone, which happens to have like 6 foot of vertical. So it's kind of crazy that the first drop in was on something so big, but that happened for the first time out here at Kona. And then we also were one of the very first people to create the vert ramp that you see people compete on. Like Tony Hawk is known for competing on a vert ramp, which is a variation of the half pipe. And the half pipe is exactly that. It's half of a pipe, and it's just a U at the bottom like this, where a vert ramp puts flat bottom in it and pulls those two pieces apart. And so we were the first people to be able to kind of create that vert ramp out here as well.
Bam. That's freaking that's an actual half. Man, good old days, boy.
My name's Tim Wood. I'm the general manager at Kona Skate Park. No, I grew up skating here in the late 70s and early 80s, so being here is, it's like being at home. The Ramus family is like an extended family of mine. I've known them all for most of my life. I'm above 50 now, so I've known them for a really long time, and it's always just a great experience just, coming back to doing what you love. I spent more than 20 years in the corporate world, and it's really cool just to come back and there's something to be said about doing something that you love and and actually giving some life balance. I think music and skating has always kind of gone together. Back when I was a kid, people would skate to synchronized songs that they picked specifically for their skate.
You talk about right here. That's not a scar. My glasses are broken, so I drew on a freaking line yesterday on the corner of my palm. This here, skateboarding.
Runs and contests and things like that. So I think just combining music and skating is just a natural match. And it's a really great opportunity to see a lot of new bands that you don't always get to hear because they're new upcoming bands that maybe don't get a lot of airplay. And then a lot of times we also get touring bands, national acts that are big names too. So it's pretty exciting to see those come through and then to hear new music. So it's cool to get turned on to different music too. The skate community of Kona and the community in general is just it's always been a really tight-knit community. Kona's always been one of those kind of magical locations where you make lifelong friends that, you don't always hang out with them outside of the park, but when you see them, it's always like, kind of never missed a beat. So it's a really cool place that just kind of has that inviting.
That's a punk rock song that's probably not copyrighted, but we'll see.
Atmosphere to where it's a kind of a no judgment zone.
But at least I didn't know that was in there. You know it's in there when you send me all that crap. Because
everyone's like super cool with each other. It's just a really cool community, and I think Kona's got a really little magical spot like that. Our 50th anniversary will be coming up in a couple of years, which I predict will be a pretty epic celebration. Being the oldest skate park in the world, turning 50 with so many skaters who have come through Kona or who have at least skated a couple of times and have moved on to bigger and better things. So I think it'll be a really nice celebration, and I foresee another 50 years after that.
Bam. Another 50 years after that. Yeah. Bam. Bam. Made it happen. All right, 3:30. All right, so let's do this. Where are we at now? Let's see what we're doing here. All right. What we can do. All right, I'm going to yeah. That last is so freaking obvious. Why are you arguing? Right, okay, all right, let's see. All right, let's find one more. The nostalgic neighborhood. That's when I was opened. Right, admittedly you didn't research it either. We've argued about that multiple times, Lamb, and you still do it. And even ones that I told you was copyrighted, and you send it to me again and again and again. Let's see. It doesn't say that there's a song in here, so this might just be. All right, let's see. It's got to be something better than that. It's got to be something better. That's freaking huge. I guess I gotta get the Florida. Oh! Damn! Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Watch this freaking wackadoo. Watch this wackadoo.
Get $20 on the backside early, extra point. What the heck? Oh!
Boom, he's not even on a board. Maybe he was on a board.
That's why. 2025, Go Skate Day. We're giving away a lot of money. We appreciate everybody being here. All family. Let's get this thing started right now. Love my family. Love them all. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta go. Oh, early grab. Give me. Yeah, there's another early grab. First shot alley, good money right there. That heel flip. A plate knocker. Maddox trying to come out crazy. Up on there. Axel stall on the extension. Backside here. There's a 50-50. Good for it. Going for the axle stall. There it is. Ripper. How are you flipping your board like that? What up? Come here. Got that. Oh, nice three flip. 20s. Oh, middle flip. Always a good time here. Make sure you go get you a Kona dog. They're free out there. Well, all right. Yeah, he's gonna be giving away something. All right, we're gonna get Andy open up. We got all this money to give away. Oh, we got money for the invert. Woo, we need something on the tombstone for $20. Yeah, whoever killed this whole session. Wow. Yes. Switch 5. Look at that. Oh, back on the death part of the ramp. You guys switching it up. You guys give some money just for that swing each other. I'm just kidding. Death match. Right here. Oh, man. Oh, he's fast. Okay, now, look at that. Look at there. You love it. Each other. I'll get 5 each. Look at them drinks. Look at that. Ringling Brothers and Barnum here. Loving it. That's my favorite skateboard right there. Look at I think I got about 7 more minutes. There it is. Look at that. The fake. I get it. Look at that backside there thing. Jamming in the tail. He said y'all had to work all day. Y'all in trouble. A quick Bible. It goes out. I think it messed it.
Check it out. Highest Red Bull drop-in. You skated Kona, Cole? Damn it, now I gotta get to Florida. Oh, man. Look at that freaking wackadoo. Hold on. Let me do some freaking super editing. Damn. Look at that freaking wackadoo. 40 minutes from now. How big his wheels are. Probably his oversized bearings. Gizu's back. There he goes. Come on. Come on. Couldn't have at least launched at the end of it. I used to watch him in X Games. Now he's older. Yeah. He needs that retirement money. Bologna is just hot dog pancakes. Agreed. Let's see, where am I? Boom, 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 boom.
We ain't got no more money.
A couple of local skate pros here in Winnipeg. I remember when Rodney Mullen invented the ollie. I could afford decks back then. So I had a Rodney Mullen freestyle board, and I had a Tony Alva punk size. Fred Smith punk size. Yeah, this is my board back in the day. Right here, the red one, right there. Yep, that was a Fred Smith. Hot dog pancakes. Donated daddy something. All right, let's see.
There you go. Where's he at? Is everything 20? No, he's not. One of our newest ones called Flight from the Chunky Day. They're gonna do it, but they're gonna be right here.
My brother had a gator, Ripsaw, bandsaw, Ripsaw, and it had he had the grip tape cupped like a cut in the shape of saw blades. Christian Hosoi, I had a Christian Hosoi board. I remember when he went to jail. Promise I had the highest ollie out there. I had the highest ollie out there. Yeah, I watched the Gator documentary.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the original skateboard movies like Gleaming the Cube and freaking Dare the search for Animal Chin, the Chinese freaking a guy that skated a half pipe on a 2x4 with roller skate wheels. The Bones Brigade. Yeah, we talked about the Bones Brigade earlier. At a hospital, Crooked Deck was in prison. The Search for Animal Chin. Yeah. I have that on VHS. Yeah, Search for Animal Chin. Boy, good old
Yeah, keep working it.
Agent Orange, yeah. Agent Orange. I mean, back then, Agent Orange, DRI, Corrosion of Conformity, freaking Subhumans, freaking the Ramones, even the Circle. So the Circle Jerks, 6, Group Sex, 6, and what was the other one? What was the one with making the bombs on it? To keep a lid on the population, we'll drop bombs on selected nations. We're gonna pick one and curb production. Teach those slime buckets about reproduction. Making the bombs. Making the bombs. Dropping the bombs. I feel like skateboarding is one of the best things I've found. Yeah, right. Hand-eye coordination, exercise, sunlight, vitamin D. Yes, absolutely. Using your joints. It ain't bad for your knees. I mean, unless you keep slamming your knees into the ground. It's good to keep the strength up, right? And camaraderie, friendship, stuff like that. What the hell is this guy talking about here? Oh, it's on Kick.
Backside smoothie game. Whoa! Yeah, fly. Good time, boy.
$5, $5 got you into to skate and to hear all the bands. Mosh pits. We called them slam dancing. Instead of moshing. Moshing and slamming are what we do, but the pit is not a place for you. Jump into the pit to start a fight.
Regular 20s.
Yeah, definitely. I had a Sam Hain board. Misfits and dancing.
We got $20 bills for flip tricks. Yeah. Okay. Fly? What time is it? I got a couple of times. Yes, we're for it. God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Nice.
And he's getting the $50 for the session, killing the session. You're looking at yourself skateboarding and you're in the mirror? The mirror switch. Now you know.
How's everybody doing tonight? All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's say hello to Alex Sargenti up there, Red Bull Pro. Say hello to Alex. Yes, Sarge. All right, so at this point, I'd like to officially open the new concrete vert ramp here at Kona Skate Park. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tail drop off the roof. So if this guy's got wristbands, wrist guards, armbands, watches. He's got the original Swatch. There we go. Oh yeah. That hair is so beautiful. Went to one of the pay-per-views. Yeah, soft that's one. Lindsey Robertson.
The YouTube AI thinks it's another language and translates it.
I thought you had a camera.
To watch AEW wrestling that Bailey face. Went to one of the pay-per-views. Yeah, good time in there.
Clock. Nice run through freaking memory lane. All right, Erwan, I'm gonna hit the turlet and feed the cat, the chickens, and then I'll be back in about a half hour. But love y'all. See you guys back in a little bit. Bye bye.